Yo.
And that's when it came to women, correct?
Yes.
That bothered you, correct?
For real?
It would bother anyone when a man is supposed to be telling
You notice that too?
And he being really secretive about everything.
You sure?
And you being honest.
Nah, I don't think. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to look into that, man. I know it's off topic, but nothing. But Reese, I'm gonna look into that because I don't want to believe you. I don't want to believe it. That's Cat. I'm calling it Cat. Nigga, we're the only ones. I mean, yeah, I ain't looked since December, but I mean, ain't that much happened? Could have been. Anyway, we're going back in.
Be honest with them.
So you were upset about that?
Honesty.
So you were upset about that, correct?
About him being with other women, cheating? Not really, because I was doing
Not
it
really.
too.
Oh!
You want her to be quiet, Miguel.
Shit.
Not
No
really.
further questions.
I was doing it too.
So you were upset about that, correct?
About him being with other women, cheating? Not really, because I was doing it too. How about that?
You don't gotta be quiet, Miguel.
Like shaking, still moving.
Any last
Still
questions?
moving.
She
It was
looking
like-
at him.
So you were upset
It was
about
still moving. Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
Being with other
You're
women,
right.
cheating?
She looking
Not
over there at
really,
him.
'cause I
So I'm
was
like, how's she
it
doing
too.
it so well? Cause she's
How about
looking at
that?
him.
You don't gotta be quiet, Miguel.
No further questions.
Hell.
Any last questions, please?
You know she ain't gonna hold him down. The walk how she walk off though. He walk off.
Okay, is that the
Whatever.
last witness for today?
Walk right past him, nigga.
Okay, anything else that needs to go on the record before we
Not really.
end today?
'Cause I was doing it too.
No further questions.
Okay, we're off the.
Shit. What? Whatever.
Yeah.
I
Whatever.
won't.
I was doing it too. Yeah, y'all seen? Yeah, she over there giving that shit. I hate your ass, nigga.
So
You gonna use my car to kill? Yeah. He used your car to hide the girl body, dummy. Yeah, he used you.
now we're going back to the fiance that's got 5 on her. I got 5 on it.
5 kids by this nigga.
She got 5
You know,
on it.
But that's just
All
her
she
because,
got
like I
was
said,
a damn ring. She got
Yeah.
5. She
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
married though. But here we go. Fiance's shocking testimony in the case. I mean, we're going in sequential order. This is only 14 minutes. I mean, pay attention.
oh yeah. Now Nazaria lived with her. Remember that.
Remember? Yep.
Give the court reporter your name right here, and then I'll swear you
Mhm.
in. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes. Washington.
Tashiana Davis, witness 6.
And once you get situated, you can hold that whole microphone with the little white cap on it in your lap, or just lean into it.
This who they call Shannon.
Just tug it off of
What's her name? Tashiana.
Tashiana.
May I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Could you state your name for the record, ma'am?
Tashiana Davis.
And
She got
Ms. Davis,
dreads
I want
with
to
the
ask
baby
you
hair.
about someone by the name of Jarvis Butts. Do you know that person?
Yes.
And how do you know Mr. Butts?
He was my fiance.
And do you see Mr. Butts in the courtroom today?
Was.
Could you point to him and identify a piece of clothing that he's wearing?
He's right there with a green top.
Yo, real
For the
quick, I think we have it wrong. This is the fiance, which isn't the 5-time baby mama we saw in the pretrial. She had no dreads. This is a ex-fiance, which I guess we're about to find out more. But this is the ex-fiance shocking testimony. But I don't know what kids she got, if she had kids, how long
No,
she
I
was.
think she got
She
some
does have
kids,
some
too.
footage on the phone. Because, I mean, in your intro, she's in the intro.
Yeah.
I mean, so she's had some shocking shit to say.
For the record, the witness has identified the defendant, Jarvis Butts, in this matter.
So reflective.
Thank you. And how long, you said he was your fiance.
Yes.
How long in total have you known Mr. Butts?
4 years.
And-
Since 2019.
2019?
That's
Is that a yes?
crazy.
Yes.
And
Oh, so
when
this
did
a
you
mutual.
become engaged?
Yeah.
2023.
And can you tell us a little bit about the nature of that relationship? Do you have any children with him? Things like that.
No
Oh,
children.
so she ain't got no children with her.
And would Mr. Butts sometimes stay over at your house?
Yes.
How often would that
Oh.
happen?
Pretty often, but we didn't live together.
Okay.
So he was one
I
just
want
popped
to
through.
take your attention
Yeah, he loves
back
some brown
to
skins. I think he probably
January
only
of
do the brown skin.
2024 in
Yeah,
February.
and they love them light skinned
But
niggas.
did there come a time when
Yes, sir.
Jarvis Butts asked you to drive him to court?
Big brown.
Yes.
And when was that?
February 7th.
Of 24?
Yes.
And was there a time before that that you had to drive him to court?
Yes.
And when was that?
Damn, driving a nigga to court.
January, I think it was the 9th.
Okay.
Of
It was
last
in
year.
January.
So you've at least driven him to court twice?
Yes.
And let's talk about the January 9th date that you drove him. What was the reason he wasn't driving himself? Why were you driving him?
Because he thought he was gonna have to turn himself in then for another case, and then they rescheduled it.
These chicks
So on the
knew,
9th,
bruh.
He was supposed to turn himself
Yeah,
in, but
yo.
didn't actually end up doing that.
Correct.
You gotta lean on
And
somebody
then on
when
the
he
7th,
pillow
he asked you to
talking.
drive him to
He got
court.
all these chicks, bruh.
And what was the reason that you drove him to court on the 7th?
Because he was supposed to turn himself in.
And did he end up turning himself in on the 7th?
Yes.
Okay. When you were driving him on the 7th of February 2024, first, what kind of car do you drive?
2005 Suburban,
And what color is it?
tan.
And when you were driving him to court, who else was with you, if anyone?
Nobody.
Just you and Mr. Butts?
Yes.
And when you were driving him to court, did you ask him about his cell phone?
Yes.
What did you ask him?
I said, "Where's your phone?"
And what was his response when you asked him that question?
He left it at home.
And did you have any other conversation regarding his phone on the 7th when you were driving him to court?
No.
And what did you said he did turn himself in?
Yes.
And so you drove back home, correct?
Yes.
Did you eventually have some contact with the police department?
Yes.
And where were you when you had that contact?
In the hospital.
And what did they ask you about generally?
Did I know anything about a missing child?
And do you know anything about missing child?
No.
Did they ask you about his cell phone?
Yeah, I believe so.
And did you know or have any reason to believe, other than what Jarvis told you, that his phone was someplace else?
No.
And did you know that his phone was in your car?
No.
Did you give permission to the police to search your car?
No, they just came and took it.
They had a search warrant?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you present at your house when they came and took your car?
No.
And did you observe them search through your car and pull anything out?
No.
Okay. May I have one moment, Judge?
Yes.
And you said you knew Jarvis Butts for 4 years?
Yes.
And would you communicate with him via cell phone?
Yes.
And do you know the last 4 digits of his phone number, if you remember?
Nine.
If you don't remember,
I don't remember.
okay. With looking at text messages, refresh your memory?
Yes.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
So damn, she the one had the tan
You
Suburban.
can just look at the phone numbers on
That truck he was driving. Yeah, that was her shit.
Yo, all that women is just access to do dirt in different
Yeah.
vehicles.
Get their
and roll
cars.
inconspicuous.
You don't know what
access
shit
like
he
that.
in.
You can do all the dirt you want, nigga, because motherfuckers know a nigga in their car, but when you got access to other, oh, you just
You just out here, bro.
You really think you're doing something. You're a detective.
At some
Yeah.
point after you dropped
'Cause, damn.
Jarvis Butts off
He was
at
driving
the
all
courthouse
they
and
shit.
turned himself in,
Ain't
did you go
shit.
to his
Police can't even
place
keep
of
up with you.
employment on
Yeah.
at 9,000 Connors?
A different
Okay,
car.
they got your
every
own damn
day.
car.
Partner Cordell,
I
right?
have your own car so they can find you.
I have nothing further.
Bro. Thank you.
Morning, Ms. Davis. You met Mr. Butts at Frank's garage, is that right?
Yes.
And that's where
Damn.
Mr. Butts was working
Oh.
about 4 years
Caught
ago.
up there. Yeah,
Cus-
you need your car. Shit was popping.
You were taking your car there,
Yes.
and
Like you.
I think in your words you said you kind of never left after you met him. Is that
Right.
fair to say?
Yes.
You guys got along really well,
Yes.
and
Hold
you
on.
just kind of started a relationship
Got
from there.
you.
Yes.
Would you
Yeah,
go
I
up to
keep
the
this car running
garage
for you,
after
baby.
that relationship started,
Yes.
kind of just to drop in?
Yes.
At any point in time while you were at Frank's garage, did you ever see any children there?
No.
Is it fair to say that Mr. Butts was very protective of his phone around you?
Yes.
He would never
Oh,
let you see
listen
your phone
up.
screen,
No.
wouldn't give you access, certainly didn't give you his
Fiancé.
passcode or anything.
You don't need that.
In fact, you've actually actively tried to get into his phone, right?
Yes.
I think you had mentioned that
Detective.
when he was sleeping, you tried to kind of wave it in front of him to see if that would unlock
She's smirking as she says yes.
Yeah.
it.
She and that
You
motherfucker.
took a picture of his face once and tried to
Yes.
put the screen.
You heard that technique, man? You heard
She
that
did.
technique? You even took a picture of the face, try to use the face.
Oh, his own. That's what he doing to your ass
I
when you
think
sleep.
Apple intelligence is just a little bit better than that now. I
Yeah.
mean,
screen.
or maybe that might be what's that thing called? Like a feed on a chick's on a web page where this is how you get up in your man's fucking phone. Like try this, do
Try
this.
this.
Did you know you can go to your phone and go up here? It's like the 30-second come ups, no 30-second glow ups.
Yeah.
Girl, go here, swipe left, up, down, Jet Li kung fu kick, and now you reveal
You're in.
you can use your camera without the screen being on. It be shit like that, yo. Word is born, yo. I'm dead ass.
Yeah,
Dead ass.
bro. Yeah.
screens
Here
together.
you doing them tricks with our phones.
So you wanted to know what was in his phone,
Yes.
Oh shit.
and he did not want you to know what was in his phone.
No.
Took a picture of his face once and tried to
Yes.
put the screens together.
Yep.
So you wanted to know what was in his phone,
I told you.
and he did not want you to know what was in his phone,
No.
as far as you know.
They all in your face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Took the ring though.
Did you ever talk to him about why he was so secretive with his phone?
Yes.
And does it have something to do with the fact that he was seeing other ladies?
Yes.
And you suspected that,
Come on, man. Y'all got.
and so that's why you.
Y'all know what the fuck y'all had.
Y'all know, bruh. You know you had a piece of shit that's riding around in y'all cars.
Yo, you know what's crazy? He sound like one of them like, yo, like my nigga from the land. Like them niggas, some of them niggas in Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
Like it's like, it sound like a pimp.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
they
just
all
like,
knew.
yo man, you better, I ain't the one to fuck with, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's how my niggas sound and shit.
Yep.
Like, yo, that shit different. You gotta go to the land, man. Killer don't sound like that. Or maybe I ain't talked to him long enough. We chilled at the bar and shit. But nah,
Yeah.
his demeanor ain't on that. But yeah, they be on some. Yeah, it sounded like, I guess Cleveland nigga. I can't say Bone Thug nigga. Sound like Cleveland niggas on some pimping
Cleveland
shit.
niggas.
Imagine
Yeah.
what Matt sound like now. Shit is hilarious. He probably be trying to play it off, trying to be different and shit. Bring a whole new side of Cleveland. Man, get out of here, nigga.
Yeah.
So even though you suspected that Mr. Butts was unfaithful to you, you still stayed with him.
Yes.
course.
One reason for that is because he was good with the kids.
Yes.
He cared for your kids.
Yes.
He took them
Oh,
places.
she had kids.
He
Shit. Well, some women will
Grooming
have,
her
some black
for-
women will have a Tahoe and not have one damn kid.
took your son up to the shop.
Yes.
He showed him how to change the oil in the car.
Oh, word? This
And you viewed him as a good father figure.
Yes.
You,
slick.
did you ever see anything
Bastard.
inappropriate or that would cause you
Slick
to
ass nigga.
see a red flag with regard to him and
Of
his
course
and
you
your
would.
children?
Of course you would. It'd make you. It'll let
Did
your
you ever
guard
see him
down.
acting inappropriately with any other children?
No.
Certainly, if you had, you would not have allowed him in your house.
Oh,
Fair to say?
absolutely not.
You knew that Mr. Butts had other children, right?
Yes.
With a woman named Angel
Yes.
and a woman named Shannon.
Yes.
He talked about his children with you.
Yes.
Did he ever talk to you about with a woman named Angel
Yes.
and a woman named Shannon?
Yes.
He talked about his children with you.
Yes.
She knew.
Up
Did
front.
he ever talk to you about his niece?
No.
They mentioned that.
About how often would Mr. Butts stay with you on any given week?
Maybe like twice.
Word.
Were they like the same days or was it random?
Random.
Okay. About what time would he
All of them had a night, bro. You just
After
rotate.
his work hours.
And-
After like 6 o'clock.
Okay, so you think he would come kind of straight from work?
No, he would probably do something else and then be there later on.
You
in the
just
night.
show up.
Okay, so closer to like 9, 10?
Yes.
Okay. Would he stay the night with you?
To about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3, and then he would leave.
Okay. Do you know how he would get to your home?
A couple of times he was in the white truck, a white Cadillac truck. Sometime I think he would walk. If he was coming straight from the shop, he would walk. Or if he had my truck, that's how we would get back and forth.
And that's the Suburban.
Yes,
Did you know Mr. Butts to ever have his own vehicle?
yes. He had a white Chrysler truck, van like.
Okay.
Damn.
And when
Nothing
did you
but
know
no
him to
cars.
drive that?
Like maybe the first 2 years we were together.
Okay. Now, when Mr. Butts would come visit you, would he park in your driveway?
Yes,
Would he spend weekends with you also?
yes.
Got that rotation. You my Saturday, Sunday, baby.
it?
I got you, baby. Saturday and Sunday's your days, baby. You know I got you.
I don't have anything else, thank you.
Nigga running around arrogant.
Ms. Davis, I just have a couple more questions for you.
They get locked up,
Ms.
come
Quick
out.
asked you
Don't miss a
about,
beat.
Mr. Butts being secretive.
Yeah, and all
with
that
his
time to
phone.
plot it out again.
Can you tell me about a time that you had a conversation with him about him being
Man.
secretive or something like that?
He would never really say anything. He talked in circles. So if you try to ask him a question, it's just always, you can never get a straight answer out of him.
But fair enough, you had multiple conversations about his phone and your access to it, I guess, or,
Yes.
or lack thereof.
Yes.
And Ms. Quick also asked you about
You won't let
Mr.
me see
Butts
that
staying
phone?
over the night, or staying the night at your house. You said that he would leave around 2 a.m. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you know where he would go when he would leave?
No.
Did he ever tell you where he was going?
Home.
Did you know where he himself called home?
Yes.
Where was that at?
Wilshire.
And you said he would walk from his place of employment if he was coming straight from there, right?
Yes.
How far from that on Connors, the auto shop on Connors, do you live? How far of a walk?
No, that was when he was on Warren.
Warren and Neff?
Yes.
How far of a walk from that location?
Like 4 blocks.
And did you ever see him drive but not park in your driveway or out front of
Yes.
your house? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
He parked around the corner and he would walk to my house.
And do you know
He
the,
was in the white Cadillac truck.
you said Cadillac?
Yes.
Oh. Was that an Escalade? If you know.
I don't know.
Okay. And do you know the reason why he would park around the corner?
I don't know. I asked and he would just be like, I didn't drive.
But then would you see his truck?
I would see the truck.
Anyone want to-
Yeah, he ain't want you to know. What you think he gonna pull up right in front of your house? He obviously don't want you to know when he coming.
Right? You cool with it?
Yeah.
You know the schedule.
One last question. You said he lived or called home on Wilshire?
Yes.
Have you ever been to that house?
Yes.
Have you ever been inside that house?
No.
Nothing great with that. Thank you.
Who did he stay there? Wilshire.
Okay, Ms. Davis, you are done testifying. Watch your step. I'm not the witness box.
So that was his current chick. This is current chick. Well, all of them.
Yeah, she took him in January 9th, 2024.
May we have one moment, Judge?
Yes.
Damn.
So, I mean, shit, she was with him before that. I mean, she kind of know everything going on. I mean, he was doing this while he was with her, basically. She took him in when he turned himself in for this.
And once you get situated, that
Man,
And break this one down to y'all real quick.
this Joker has so many women.
I mean, and I ain't about to get in. I ain't about to take it there. I mean, he know how to pick them. You think the way he looked? I mean, just even off the intro, like,
Oh, yeah.
just hearing the women. Well, I would have thought something anyways because of the way he looked. He could really trick people. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? This dude talking to y'all, letting y'all know how his own mom, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
had a kid for the dude when he was 13, and that got that kid taken away. Like, this dude got started early, yo. But yeah, the women paying attention to the looks, but this dude is typical, man.
Yeah.
It's like Nas said, Ike with the Iverson jersey, light skin with herpes. Motherfucking hitting bitches from DC to Queens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the monster AIDS I contemplate. Yo, I mean, y'all know that song. What goes around comes around, my nigga. And what goes up, it must come down, my nigga. Yeah, light skin, Ike with the Iverson jersey, light skin with herpes. Hitting all the bitches from here to DC to Queens, some shit. That shit was, yeah, ain't nothing changed. This nigga's getting, I ain't gonna say insecure women, but they're able to, I don't know what you call it, turn a blind eye or whatever the phrase is. They did a good job at that. Like, all of them just, man, niggas know what they doing. Niggas like what they like. They know how to make it work.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you what. It ain't even that. Look, it's the classic play of a nigga smashing down. That's all he doing. He know where he can manipulate that.
My bad. Yeah, that's better terms. That's
He know what he can do.
Community terms.
Yeah.
Niggas understand what that. Niggas understand.
Niggas just like, oh, I'm like, oh, no. I know exactly what the game he playing. He's saying like, look, hey, and this might be a tactic of, it's like some guys just don't want to do this and they have their struggles. It's like, look,
you got an agenda, man.
Certain guys say, look, I'm gonna do me come hell or high water. Now, if I'm a certain look, if I got a certain look to me, I'm gonna do this with chicks who probably would never think they can get with a guy. He's a light skinned guy, you know what I mean? Guy that he probably thinks that they can never be with anybody like him. So when they see him and he spit game to them, of course they gonna go.
Them the same chicks that say, I don't mess with them light skinned niggas.
Yeah.
And
they like this swag.
I don't do no light skinned niggas until one holler at you. I mean, shit. I never get married until a nigga you don't never want to leave pop up.
Devin know. Yeah, look, man. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, But I know what this nigga doing. I'm like, oh, I know the game you playing. But you taking it to a whole nother level.
She definitely understood those community sector terms.
He taking it to a whole nother fucking level though. On some devious shit.
Your whip part of the deal.
Hey, he's using his powers for fucking evil. See, this is what see, women and guys have a certain power. He using his powers for fucking evil. You like, yeah, you just being a piece of fucking shit with this shit, bro. I know exactly
when it go down.
Yeah,
they already with you after what your jacket is and your resume. Yeah. So once it go down, nah, baby, that shit ain't real, man. You gotta ride with me through this shit, Nah, man, we gonna get through this, We gonna do this. Man, it's gonna be all right. I mean, I've been telling you, ain't I been providing all this time? Like, come on, man. Like, ain't I been taking care of you? You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Look, we beat this
that nigga's
shit.
Investing. I mean,
me and Cordell gonna get our shot back. You know how I had it booming, baby girl. I'm gonna get out again. And you should like this nigga, bro. He one of these niggas.
Sounding like a real light-skinned pimp nigga, getting it.
Yeah.
Getting to the cars. I mean, nigga, making it do what it do, nigga. Works if you work it. What we talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's legal money. This ain't even drug money. See, you know what I mean? I just gotta keep these motherfuckers from lying on me. All the while he predatory as a motherfucker. See, he using his shit for fucking evil.
She knew it.
You know what I mean?
let
But
me
I
think
know
about
the
it,
game he running.
Yeah, about 2 days a week. He would leave at 2, 3 in the morning. You knew his schedule. You was cool with it, nigga. Hey, you took the ring, so it's like, all right, you took that ring, so you down with the cause, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm doing. I mean, you see what's going on. You know, nigga, look at me,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
And when you throw Dick into the equation, see, Dick
Everything
gotta be
makes
in this
sense.
equation. See, when Dick get in this equation, I'm talking
Or
about
not.
Dick. When Dick get in this equation, oh yeah, see this nigga, yeah, he using his powers for evil, bro. These motherfuckers don't know which way they going. He taking their cars, he doing all this shit. Like Sporty said yesterday, this motherfucker has used this dick in the worst fucking way possible, nigga. Possible.
I mean, it's turned him into a slave.
Turned
All
him into
over
a
the
fucking
place.
slave. You fucking idiot. You did the worst things with your shit, nigga.
You got
and
a
now
bad
you gonna
habit.
pay for
You
it.
just,
Like at this
you know what I
point,
mean? You
I don't
also
even
like
know if-
grown women at the same time. That's all.
Yeah.
You also like
You
grown
also
women.
so you doing both. Like you also like, oh, not only you, yeah, we know you doing the heinous shit. Oh,
You
but
finessing
you dogging
100
these-
grown women.
You
just gonna
dogging
finesse
these
100 little women. You just finesse bitches.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just
that's just
finesse
probably, you probably don't know
everything.
no other language. Real talk.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He one of
finesse
them.
everything with everything
Yes,
under
he
the
don't know.
female gender.
Nothing's
I'm
off
going-
the. Nothing's off limits.
I'm
to
sure it's like that. Yo, it's just nigga. I just flowing and lying and persuading and I mean the women they like that, but you using it on like helpless, children, nigga, that have to be around you. Like the niggas just everywhere with it, yo. I mean, I can't say nothing else, nigga. It worked on everyone. What a fucking jacket.
Yeah.
But this lady right here is Valerie Louise Smith. We about to see walking up to the chair. Recounts a gripping story of discovering a school ID belonging to Zai Harris, a name she recognized from the news, on a grassy patch near her home in Detroit for over 2 weeks. The ID lay unnoticed, raising questions about how it got there and why. Smith's careful handling of the ID and her decision to involve the police adds layers of intrigue and responsibility to her testimony.
Yeah, y'all listen
With
to this
vivid
shit.
descriptions, photo evidence, and a tense courtroom exchange, the video provides a compelling look into the interplay of chance, diligence, and justice. Watch as the places of this mystery unfold, leaving viewers questioning every detail. So there we go.
That microphone, the one with the white cap on it.
Yes, ma'am.
You can pull that whole microphone and put it in your lap, or just make sure you speak into it when you testify. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, this is gonna be a good 10 minutes.
Yeah. She found the girl ID, like that's like the track she walked on going to school.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Could you state your name for the record, ma'am?
Valerie, Valerie Louise Smith.
And Ms. Smith, I want to call your attention back to March 7th of 2024. At that time, in what area did you live?
That's where I live currently. I'm 7 Mile Evergreen area.
Okay, and is that near Evergreen and St. Martin's?
Yes.
Okay, is that in the city of Detroit, Wayne County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on March 7th, 2024, did you come into contact with the police?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the reason you came into contact with the Detroit Police Department?
I found a young lady's ID
And where did you find that ID?
directly across the street from my house.
And was it like a driver's license, school ID, or something else?
School ID, it looked like.
And when you found that, was that the first time you had seen it there?
No, I stepped over it for 2.5 weeks before
Wow.
I decided to pick it up.
Okay, and is there a reason after 2.5 weeks of noticing it there that you decided to
I
pick it
just
up?
decided to pick it up that day. I was going out shopping. I said, well, let me get it and send it back to whomever it belongs to.
Okay, and when you picked it up, did you read the name on that ID?
Yes.
And what was the name on the ID?
Zanaya Harris.
And did that raise any concerns in your mind?
It sure did.
And what's the reason it raised concerns?
I just heard it on the news before it came out.
You heard her name?
Her name, yes.
And when you picked it up, did you have gloves on or anything like that?
No, no.
And you used your bare hand then?
I took my thumb and flipped it. And when I saw the name,
I just put my hands on the outside of it.
And what was the reason you just put your hands on the
I
outside?
didn't want any disturb any of the prints that were on there.
And when you picked it up, did you place it in anything?
Once I got to the next stop, I was on the bus line. I took it in the gas station and I put it in a lid.
Okay, so let's back up for a second.
Oh, she on
You
point,
picked it
yo.
up and then got onto the bus?
She saw the
But I
story.
still had it like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I never put my finger.
See, this in Detroit, like everybody
And for
know.
the record, the witness indicated by holding her hands about.
Old lady having
inches
to be
of
on the
purpose.
bus line and shit or whatever, going
And
to work. Or
when you
whatever.
got to the gas station, did you go into the gas station?
Yes.
And did you tell the people in the gas station about what you found?
Yes, sir. I also told the bus driver what I had found.
And then
Yes.
after you told the gas station people, what happened next?
I asked them to call the police for me.
And did they?
Yes.
And then did the police come to your location?
Yes.
And after the police got there, what happened next?
They took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found the ID at.
And did you show them that?
Yes.
And did you give them the ID as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I gave it to them when they initially pulled up.
And may I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with People's Proposed Exhibit 40. Ms. Smith, do you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
And is that the ID that you found?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good point, Ms.
And
Jill.
move
She
to make
probably
people's
should have just
proposed
stood
order.
right there and called the
No,
police
no.
right there.
It'll be a minute.
Don't even touch it. Because it
And
might
permission
have
to publish on
Jarvis'
the-
handprints on it or something. Fingerprint.
And Ms. Smith, I don't know if you can see the screen from where you are. That's the picture I just showed you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And is that the cup
ID.
or the top of the
That's the lid I set it
lid
in.
that you
Yes,
put
sir.
it in? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And on the bottom left, it says grade 8, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, 8th grade.
I have nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Just briefly. Good afternoon, Ms. Smith.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. You said that you picked up the ID, was it March the 6th? Or I'm sorry, the 7th?
Yes.
Yes. And you said you had been stepping over it for approximately 2 weeks?
2.5 weeks I stepped over
Okay, so that puts you in February
when I initially saw
when
it.
you initially
yes.
saw it. Okay. And you said you had been stepping over it? Mm-hmm. So does that mean that it was actually on the sidewalk?
No, it was in the grass.
In the grass?
Face down.
The grass next to the street?
Yes.
So there's like an usually kind of like an easement between like the street and the sidewalk.
Yes.
And there's like a patch of grass there.
Yes.
And is that right in front of the bus stop or?
No, it was a little ways off from the bus stop.
Okay, from the bus stop, between the bus stop and what other landmark would you say?
Nothing else is there.
Nothing else there.
No.
How far to the corner of the block?
From St. Martin's. It's not that far.
Okay, so a few steps.
Steps, yes. A few steps.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Can you redirect?
Yes, briefly. Ms. Smith, just a couple of questions for you. Ms. Quick asked you a couple of questions about specifically where you found it. You said it was in a patch of grass next to the sidewalk?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had been stepping over it for about 2.5 weeks before you gave it to the police department.
Before I decided to pick it up. Yes, sir.
The 2.5 weeks that you've been stepping over it at the beginning of that, is that the first time you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
And it could have been there before those 2.5 weeks, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think, Jack, I think that causes speculation.
I don't think it's a yes or no question, Judge. I don't think that
How
calls
does
for
she know
speculation.
how long it's been there? She can only
Can you
testify.
stand up to the court reporter, please?
Yes, Your Honor. My objection is how can she testify to how long it could have been there prior? She can only testify to what she knows, and she testified that she knew it's been there for 2.5 weeks.
Did you see it being placed there on the grass?
I'm sorry?
Did you see it being
No,
dropped on
ma'am.
the grass? Okay.
No, ma'am.
So I'm going to sustain objection, because she wouldn't know, because she didn't see it dropped.
Okay. So the first time you noticed it was 2.5 weeks prior to March 7th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you talked to the police officers,
Y'all
did
wild
you
about that weed,
look at a
man.
photo, a Google Street View of your location?
Yes, sir.
And did you indicate on that photo where you found it?
Exactly, yes. They
Yeah.
took me, they took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found it.
May I approach it? I'm approaching with what's going to be marked as people's proposed 62. Do you recognize that, ma'am?
Yes,
And is that the photo that you signed and indicated where you found it?
yes, sir.
At this time, I would move to admit people's proposed 62.
No objection.
Will it be admitted?
And permission to publish, since I don't have a hard copy right now.
Yes.
And on the screen, is that the photo I just showed you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there's a circle with a line going up from the bottom of the screen there. Is that circle where you indicated you found it?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
I have just a couple questions based on this picture. Can we leave it up?
Go ahead.
Please. Ms. Smith, so as we look at the picture here, in which direction, to left or right, is the bus stop?
To the right.
To the right, so closer to the church? Is that or that white building that's in
No, no, that's a person's house right there.
Okay.
It was like, okay, I come out of my driveway, and it's like catty corner to the bus stop from my driveway.
Well, the sign is where the bus stop is, right?
Yes, right there.
Okay. And so, okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Nothing further.
Okay, Ms. Smith, you are done testifying.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Yep, old lady walking her stop. And seen the news and said, Lord, just that little girl.
Now, if this is concluded.
Okay, thank you.
Damn.
The next, we're dealing with the
That's
Border
something.
Patrol agent.
Now, if this is concluded.
Okay.
It minimized. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, we're dealing with the Border Patrol agent. And this current witness coming to the stand, which I'll get him on the screen first if I start talking
Thank you.
about him. Of course, that's the witness. I mean, the man himself, Jarvis Butts, the perp, that nigga on trial. This man right here, like I said, is the Border Patrol agent, reveals chilling discovery in River Rouge, search for Naziah Harris. Agent Wyatt Barnes, who we're looking at right now, seasoned U.S. Border Patrol officer with over 14 years of experience, recounts his role in the high-stakes search and rescue operation that uncovers a chilling clue: a pink onesie and a small Nike shoe tangled in the brush along the River Rouge. His methodical account of navigating the riverbanks, inspecting the items for signs of aging, and reporting the discovery to command provides a gripping look at the meticulous search efforts. With questions about the handling of evidence, the accuracy of reports, and the implications of these findings, this testimony is a pivotal moment in the case. Don't miss the chance to see this compelling testimony that could sway the outcome of this investigation. But yeah, like we said,
Yep.
Agent Wyatt Barnes, I mean, 14
Think about
years
the
US Border
location,
Patrol.
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, what the, yeah.
Detroit,
So,
Canada,
Rivers,
border,
yeah, so-
the lake. It's think about that and where he
stash
kind of
spots and
he stashing
like
shit
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. They know the river up and down. Would it be a good spot? Would it be a hard spot to get to? Would it be the easiest? Yeah, you probably know all that, man. That's where you work. 14 years, you know all up and down. What things have been found? Bodies have been dumped. People have been slick trying to cross the border.
Yep.
What's the best way? What's the smoothest path? So I mean, I'm pretty sure in 14 years he knows his job.
He's seen some shit.
Understands it. Yeah, so this dude's gonna have something. Plus, on the thumbnail, I'm showing right under his eye. I'm showing like an overview, like a helicopter view of where they're at by that river, the River Rouge, and the investigation is happening.
Cool.
Okay. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Name's Wyatt Barnes.
And how are you employed?
I work for the United States Border Patrol.
And how long have you been employed by the U.S. Border Patrol?
14 years and change.
And were you working back on March 12th of 2024?
Yes.
And in what capacity were you working?
I was working in a search and rescue capacity. That's our primary job, or my primary job.
Okay. And were you working alone or with a partner or a group of people?
With a team. There was a sizable team that day.
And what is it that you guys were doing?
We were responding to a missing person
Okay.
in that area.
And which area are we talking about? Where were you at?
That was in the
7
3
Mile
Mile bus stop area.
Okay.
That was in the city
Yeah.
of Detroit.
And
2 weeks after
what
she went
was
missing.
your role
Yeah.
in searching the 7 Mile and Berg area?
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge.
And she walked over it for those
We were
2
searching
weeks.
South
Yep.
along
Then
the bank.
flipped it
I was on the
to
east
find
side
that
of the
face
bank
and name.
in the 7 Mile Berg area.
Okay.
Now this is out
And,
in the outskirts where they
When
think
you
that
were searching this
Islands
area,
were found.
was there anything in particular that you were told to look for?
Just nothing solid, but there were just some like child-sized clothing things, just anything that could have been washed up on the riverbank. There was a storm recently, so we were in the water and on the riverbanks.
Okay, so you're kind of looking for maybe some child-sized clothing.
Yes.
Okay, and did you come across any clothing that you thought maybe would fit a description?
Yes.
Okay, and where was that at?
That was south of 7 Mile and Berg, near a abandoned structure next to a dirt parking lot. About, I can't give an exact distance, maybe 50 feet off the river.
Okay, and when you find articles of clothing, what is it that you do in your role?
So there's a lot of stuff that might be washed up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to age it and make sure that it is something that could possibly be related. And then I'm going to just immediately report a picture to the incident command so that they can send people to properly inspect it.
Okay, and when you say age, what do you mean by aging?
Just to make sure that it hasn't obviously been in the brush for years, or it's not some garbage that washed up. That's all.
Okay, and in this search in particular, what was kind of the time frame that you were supposed to be like using to age?
Recent.
So Real TV,
like
what up?
within a month or two.
Okay.
So it would still look new.
Okay. And so when you find items, you said that you age them and then you kind of report them to incident command.
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that you report them? Do you go like a walkie-talkie? Do you call them on the phone?
Via radio.
Okay.
Yeah, via radio, and then there's usually some type of a chat, but I wasn't communicating directly on the chat. I just kind of forwarded the photos to a supervisor who then gave the photos to the incident commander.
Okay.
And then they would divvy those out to the detectives.
Okay. And what is it that you found in this case?
I found I don't know if this is the right term for it, but like a onesie.
Okay.
It was mostly balled up in the brush with a shoe inside of it. And so I pulled I didn't know it was clothing at the time, but I pulled it out of the brush just to kind of open it up and see what it was. And then once I saw that it was clothing with the shoe inside, I just reported it to the incident commander.
Okay. And when you're touching these items, are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall, describe the onesie, color, size, anything like that?
Pink. Honestly, the size, small.
And what about the shoes? Or shoes, the shoe that you found.
It was a
sorry.
small Nike shoe.
Okay.
And
sorry.
it was inside the onesie, which was inside out.
Okay. Okay, and were you instructed to recover those at the time?
Like bag them and bring them somewhere?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't.
Were you? How do you, I guess, convey to someone where at these items are?
GPS coordinates.
Okay. And did you author like a paragraph report in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you include coordinates in that report?
Yes, and they were incorrect in that report. I just went over it yesterday. I do have the correct coordinates if you guys want those.
Okay. Yes. Could you please provide us with the correct coordinates?
Yes.
And is there something that you're going to be using to refresh your memory?
I have a piece of paper here.
Okay.
So, the coordinates that were provided in the paper were for the incident command. These coordinates are very close to where that piece of clothing was found.
Okay.
They're decimal degrees, 42.426693,
Okay.
negative 83.268497.
Okay.
Thought
So
y'all
the
weren't
coordinates
gonna hear
that are in
about
your
that
report are
decimal
where
them
the
coordinates
command was
again
kinda
from
set up.
school.
That's the incident command, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already admitted.
Thought
as
you'd never
people's,
hear about that shit again,
Exhibit
huh?
14. Now I'm going to show just some specific pictures from that. We're looking at picture 63 here. Tell me, do you recognize anything in this photo?
Yes.
What is it that you recognize?
The pink article of clothing in the shoe.
Okay, and when you initially saw these items, is that how you saw them?
No, they were just balled up in the brush, just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay.
So
oh, sorry, continue.
I pulled them out and set them that way so the detectives would see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to photo 69. Is this the shoe that you had found that was inside the leg of the pink jumpsuit? Or
Yes.
onesie? Okay.
Yes, it is.
And 67. Is this
Yep.
also a photo of them just from the behind?
Yes.
Okay, and you're the one who kind of took them apart and placed them separately like that?
I did.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And did you do anything else as it relates to this case?
No.
And nothing further, Judge. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. Oh, the coordinates that you gave, are those latitude, longitude?
Yes. Yep.
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay.
Well, like decimal degrees. So. Yeah.
Ms. Quick?
Thank you.
Agent Barnes, you said that you were taking part in a search of the area of 7 Mile and Bird. Was that, how large of an area was it?
I probably searched at that point not quite half a mile of river at that point. So. Not a
And-
huge area.
And you said you were part of a team?
Yes.
About how many people were out there?
There was multiple counties out there assisting in the search. Honestly, I couldn't give you an exact number. Probably several dozen.
7 dozen?
Several dozen.
Several
There
dozen,
was different teams assigned to different parts of the river.
So different people were assigned to, or different teams were assigned to one like half-mile location, another half-mile location, or coordinates, I guess?
Yes, even smaller than that. Smaller sections than that, yeah. Just to keep guys fresh.
And was it like a coordinated effort then to kind of sweep this area?
Yes.
So you're just walking like in a straight line, or
For the most part.
can you describe kind of how that looks?
Yeah, so in the river, I'll go from the river to the banks. So in the river, you have different teams wearing dry suits, using technology, looking for anything that resembles a body. And then sticks to kind of push stuff loose, and then they're searching the log jams in the river. Then you have guys on the edge of the river, because the water level was high, so we wanted to cover the river banks as well, which the water level was high and had become lower. Then you have teams on the banks, and then teams kind of doing an S pattern along the river edge to make sure they cover as much ground as possible.
Thank you. And so you said that on this particular day, the water level was high?
No, the water level was high the week prior or so we wanted to make sure that we covered the river banks where the water was. The water was back to its normal level.
Was there a way to tell where the water level had been previously? Is there a way to mark that?
Sometimes it's just where debris gets caught up in the brush. It was maybe a foot higher, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was you personally that saw the pink onesie first, or the pink thing that you initially saw?
Yes.
Did you take pictures of it, how it looked when you initially found it?
I didn't. No.
Would you normally do something like that?
There's just so much stuff. I wasn't taking all day if I'd taken a picture of everything I found. So
But you stopped and kind of moved it, manipulated it.
I pulled it up to inspect it, noted that it was worthy of reporting, set it back down, radioed it in.
Okay. And how far did you set it down from the location where you initially located it?
Same spot.
Exact same spot?
Same brush.
Okay. And you said that part of what you do is kind of to note approximately how long it looks like it has been out there.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, what was it that you kind of found or thought when you noticed it?
There was no discoloration from the sun. You know, typically if something sits outside for a while, the sun's going to change the color that it sees, and then underneath it's going to be a different color. There was no discoloration in the article of clothing. So, and that can happen in weeks. It's pretty quick. Depending on how much sun there is. There was no evidence of animals getting in it. There was no significant dirt. It looked very fresh.
Okay. Did you find or see any other clothing other than the shoe in that area?
Very old clothing, years old.
Like what, for example?
Maybe just old coats, but
random things.
Nothing pertinent. Things that were
Many
under
old
layers
coats?
of lots. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of debris.
In that
Under-
general area, in that half-mile area that you were scanning?
Yes.
Okay. Once.
Once again, this is the Border Patrol agent. Wyatt Barnes, Agent Wyatt Barnes. 14 years, Border Patrol agent. Of course, Detroit is
Anything else?
Borders Canada. And yeah, when things go missing, there's a chance it could be in them lakes, the River
I'm
Rouge.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Sorry.
pathways.
Given that you photographed these and alerted these, did these the pink onesie and the shoe, those matched your aging description that you were following?
There was no age necessarily, if that's what you mean. Like they hadn't been out there for a long period of time.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge.
No, you're done.
Thank you.
At this time, Judge, people call Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke.
Now, who we got coming in next? As you heard, Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke.
At this time, Judge, people call Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke.
She got the cell phone data. and what she's come up with in this cell phone data. And I'll let you know more about her description. I mean, when she gets sworn in or whatever. Get sit down so I can pause and y'all can see her face. Lock in or whatever. Get what she looks like. Here is Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke. Very Irish name.
You want to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but.
Yes.
Okay. Walk this way. Just make sure
Very,
you watch your step.
very
and
Irish.
make sure the witness box. And also,
This dude,
if
you have to
you
look
pull that
up.
microphone
He's writing
closer,
things
it's
down.
Easier for you, or just lean into this.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Could you state your name for the record?
Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke,
What do you do for a living, Sergeant?
a sergeant with the police department,
Which police department?
Detroit Police Department.
How long have you been with the Detroit Police Department?
Approximately 11 years.
And are you currently assigned to a specific precinct or unit within the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, I work at major crimes.
Okay, and what sort of crimes do you investigate at major crimes?
Generally, homicides.
Once again, like I said, Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke dives into the fascinating world of cell tower analysis, unraveling a critical timeline in a high-stakes case with over 11 years of experience and 450 hours of specialized training. Sergeant O'Rourke masterfully explains how cell phone data, like call records and tower interactions, can map out a suspect's movements. Through detailed maps and timestamps, the video highlights key locations such as the 9,000 block of Connor Street, Harper Park Crest Motel, and areas along I-94, painting a vivid picture of events. The defense's sharp questioning about the limits of tower precision adds drama, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, questioning the power and pitfalls of digital evidence. Of course, don't miss the compelling testimony that brings technology and justice together in an unforgettable way. So once again, she's about to break down the cell phone data analysis and all that, and she's been doing it for 11 years, over 450 hours of experience.
And how long have you had that role, or have you been in major crimes?
I believe since 2016.
And do you do any specific role within major crimes that requires a little bit of training and education to do?
Yes.
And what is that?
I do forensic analysis of cellular call detail records and tower mapping.
Cell phones.
Okay. And what sort of training,
Life
very
source.
generally right now, what is that?
What types of training?
No,
History
sorry.
tracker.
New question. Generally, what is called forensic analysis of CDR and tower mapping?
I don't understand your question.
Okay.
What is it?
Have you had any training to do that?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I've had T-Mobile training. T-Mobile is the prevalent company here in the Metro Detroit area.
Yeah, but that's a
I've
good
had
paying
Excel
job,
training.
yo. I never
Excel
thought about
is the
that.
format that most of our call
Yeah.
detail records come back to us in. I've
Okay.
had cell phone
That's what your
drug
shit is going
trafficking
to, people.
training,
Yep,
Penlink
T-Mobile.
training. Penlink is the program that the Detroit Police Department utilizes. It basically puts the records in
Ah.
a format. I've had CATS training, which is an acronym for Call Analysis Training School. I've
Word.
had Penlink training.
Call analysis
PLX
training
training, which is an upgraded form of Penlink.
Call analysis training.
Approximately around 450 hours of specialized training in cellular analysis.
Okay, and that 450 hours in that training, does that allow you to utilize that to generate what you said earlier, tower maps based on your analysis of call detail records?
Yes.
Okay, and what are call detail records?
Historical records.
And does that allow you to place certain things based on cell towers on maps to give an approximate location of a particular phone number that's
Yes.
associated with a phone?
Yes.
And have you testified as an expert before in this field?
Yes.
And how many times have you done that?
Over 35 times.
And has that been in Wayne County?
Yes.
And have you testified in 36 districts before?
36 and 3rd, both, yes.
Judge, at this time, I would move to qualify Sergeant O'Rourke as an expert in the field of forensic analysis of call detail records and tower mapping.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
Now, can you just...
No, it's just a heads up for y'all. In order to be a qualified for call analysis training, you typically need the strong communication skills, active listening abilities, attention to detail, analytical thinking, problem-solving skills, knowledge of customer service practices, and proficiency with call recording and analysis software, along with a basic understanding of the company's products or services and relevant customer service procedures. It's almost like knowing your own fucking company, yo.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is the chick that knows
know your business.
This is the chick that know more about your shit than the motherfucker who just selling you the plans.
Your
they
movements.
know what you can do, movements. They daggone tracking. Yeah, these cell phones.
Creatures
we
of
all
habit.
know that their
Creatures of
GPS
habit.
is on you, but
Yeah.
them knowing your
You
Google
never go
searches.
over there.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, in all these years you're over there, you never ping on this tower.
Yeah.
With a
What are you doing over
kawinky
here?
big.
With a
Get the
kawinky
exact
big.
spot, but the day is coming, they will. Shit, they're going to be able to zoom in and get the replay on you, nigga. I mean, shit.
They probably
Of
already
course.
can with these daggone satellites, bro. They probably already
Yeah,
can.
that's what they're getting them for. I mean, shit.
describe
Sky's
for
the limit.
record
Yep.
when you get call detail records, the process that you would...
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
Now, can you describe for the record when you get call detail records, the process that you would go through to generate maps?
Yes, the OIC or the officer in charge would supply a search warrant for a particular target number. We would
Listen
submit
up.
that to the respective cellular company, whether it's T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon. They will submit back to us in the form of raw records.
ahead and do it.
Usually in Excel format, the call detail records, and other various forms, subscribers, things like that.
Damn.
And in terms of the call detail records, what is contained in that spreadsheet? What sort of information is contained within that
attention.
spreadsheet?
It'll be dates, times, locations, the target number in question, any contact ID, who they're, having any type of activity with, whether it's a text message, a voice call, the duration. There's
Damn.
multiple things associated.
Yo,
And
she's
you talked
smiling
about
when she
local-
says it. Because I don't even need to know you. Get access to your phone. I'm going to get your habits, what you eat, what you spend, your
Yeah.
cards, your Apple. This,
Where you go
when
at.
you go, when you go,
Think
how
about
often
it.
you
Where
go,
your customers
the house
are for
you
you.
at.
They know how
Nigga,
much
I
money
know
you
you.
making.
I know what you're doing next week. I mean, I don't even got to know you. I just know what you're doing next week. That phone is your heartbeat. I mean, I know what you're doing. I know what you like to wake up to and spend 20, 30, 40 minutes doing. Like, that shit is wild. Like, I mean, no, it ain't really. It's just, I don't got to do it. You doing all the work for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if,
Location.
I
How
wanted
are
to,
those
I can
locations
find out your
generated?
life.
I mean, that's better than knowing you. You not about to tell me the shit in your...
Hey, matter of fact, think about what people tell you on YouTube and places like this versus with their phone. She knows more about motherfuckers than anybody knows about even the people around you.
Your play choice, your search list,
Yeah.
yo most viewed channels, yo.
And
What
you know
you
how
listen
Google
to,
Maps is when you how many
nigga,
times you fill
every
your car
time-
with gas.
Nigga, every photo you took, I know where you took them.
Yep. In the date.
Literally, the address, yo, that shit is like that now, nigga. eh?
You tell all of us,
That's why
I
you
went
don't want
outside this
no-
weekend.
That's why you
Think
don't want
about
nobody
it.
get hold of it. That's why
You
nobody
tell
like
everybody,
getting shit.
I went outside this weekend, y'all. The phone said, no, the hell you didn't. Your ass is in that house. We pinged your ass. You right here. Don't lie. You can't lie to us. You was looking up bullshit, watching the same shit you always watch. You was watching fucking Housewives on Hulu on your phone. I don't know what you was doing. Tell us anything.
Yeah, I know it. I know what you like. I know what you
Oh,
like.
I know what you like. I know what you're looking at. Oh yeah. See, you
Yo,
like wide
nigga,
shoulders.
I don't want to know you if I got access to your phone. It's like, you know what? I'm glad I
need to
never
know.
have to meet these people. Because I'm going to look at them crazy. Like I don't even. I'm gonna just be straight, analytical, logical. Every photo could be anybody. Somebody else could have been using the phone.
Yeah.
Man, you can't. Nah, no, nigga. This is like your daily shadow.
Yeah.
Like, what you gonna say? You didn't do it?
Yeah. Imagine if you met a motherfucker phone, had a motherfucker phone first, went through all their deals, all their shit, all their search engine, and then you met them. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Y'all gonna love a corny motherfucker then. Y'all gonna love a lame, corny motherfucking male or female then. Like, man, girl, you so lame. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Just basic.
Yeah.
Don't want to search here, rabbit hole there, everywhere, rabbit hole everywhere, there.
Yep.
Like, look at you. No sitcoms? Girl, you lying. Nigga, look at my history, nigga.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. But guess what?
But let's get back
phone,
to it, though.
That demon exposed.
Yo, that's why you see them phones get taken and be like,
oh yeah,
open the door, open the door, open the door, yeah,
because you see,
like, I'll break this window, broke it, nigga,
break it, and you see that's the first thing Jarvis did when he was in jail. He called his homeboy, hey man, look man, hey man, old lady come up there, hey man, get that phone for a player, dog, and see. He just talking to him on the terms of, niggas talking like, hey, man, I don't need this bitch looking through my phone, bro. You know how that's going to go. He ain't know it was on no other. Well, I ain't going to say he didn't know. Man, I'm just saying, niggas don't be wanting chicks to get their phones. Them guys steal their phones. They be out there throwing the fit. Them phones, bro. And she got the information on them phones.
That's a dope job. Like, I mean, it does the job
for
you, nigga. Like, I just need to, seek and I shall find, nigga. No matter what I click on. It's probably overwhelming. You got to keep yourself on track. Like, whoa, don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't go down that rabbit hole. That's, what the fuck? Stick to the plan. You probably got to have a checklist and everything. But like you said, I read off the little skills and everything, so here we go.
And put it into that spreadsheet.
So these records will supply an actual either latitude and longitude or a location area code.
This is pretty long. This is good.
For the cell tower that we're just going to say cell phone in this case, cell phone interacts with.
Okay. And can you describe well, first, silly question, I know, but what is a cell tower? What do you mean by that?
It's the cell towers that you see all over the place. They can be, one of those huge mammoth things that you see. They've got a bunch of cells on there and antennas that you see, or it could be, really small and, but they're all over the place in the city.
And the records provide a indication of which tower it was, that phone number was interacting with at a specific time?
Yes.
And does that allow you to take that information and put it into a map or go through a process to generate that location on a map?
Yes, we actually receive the information and put it into a system called Penlink, and that information will, like I said before, will basically put it in a readable format. So the information that you receive today, that's what you're going to look at.
Now let's talk about this case. Did you follow your process based on your training for a target number of 313-585-8719?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, and that was a T-Mobile record, correct?
It was.
Okay. And did you generate maps based on your training and experience using Penlink to map that phone number and that phone at specific times related to this case?
I did.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with People's Proposed Exhibits 33 through 39. If you could take a look at those, Sergeant, do you recognize what I just handed you?
Yes.
And are those maps that you generated for that target number ending in 8719?
Yes.
At this time, I would move to admit People's Proposed 33 through 39, Judge.
Objection? No.
No objection.
They'll be admitted. People's Exhibits 33 through 39.
Thank you, Judge. And permission to publish.
Yes.
And on the screen and in your hand is Exhibit 33. First, I want to talk about what's at the top, very top of this, and what information goes there.
The first row is going to have what's going to be on our calls report, a condensed version. There's going to be a lot more in the actual calls report, but this is the information that exhibits what's in the map down below.
Okay.
So for row 1, which we only have one row in this instance, we're going to have the target device, which is the phone number, and the date, time that was requested. So in this case, it's going to be January 9th of 2024. And the time, which is in UTC time or military time, it's going to be 16:09 or 4:09 p.m. And then the duration, how long the activity lasted. You have a start, like I said, that's actually your location information. And then the call type, in this case, it was a voice call. Call status, whether it was completed or
She can
not
tell
completed.
exactly what the fuck they
direction,
did.
incoming or outgoing. Did he make the phone call or did somebody call him? And then you have the
Y'all can't see what's on the screen, but that blue strip. Matter of fact, let me move it.
Is that like his where he was going or like his track?
I can't move the screen down. What the fuck I'm talking about? Yeah, that blue strip y'all see at the top of the screen. What it says in that shit. Hold up, my Zoom is working? Oh, you must have put up a comment. I was about to say, oh shit, y'all can see the Zoom? But yo, it's like row 1 and then target, the actual number, date, right there, time, and UTC, like I said, it's military time. And the duration that person was there, the start, which is the LAC, the call type, which was a voice call status was completed, so it went through. Direction was outgoing from this number, contacts ID, the person they called. All that shit is right here, just devied up in the system for you. Everything, like, I mean, shit.
the contact ID, which is who the device was contacting or interacting with.
Okay, and that would have been the phone number that it was, that in this case that we're looking at, an outgoing call was placed to?
Yes.
All right, so let's back up to the date, January 9th, 2024 that's what it says on Exhibit 30.
Transfer of information.
Yes. Okay. How do you know to do that date in particular for this case?
So for all of these maps, this was requested by the officer in charge.
That information is supplied to you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the details of other parts of this investigation, or are you just taking the information the OIC gives you?
I know the general information, but they asked for a specific date and time, and this is what we place on the map.
Okay. And then moving over to the next row for time, it says 16:09 and 24 seconds, correct?
Yes.
So that's my next question. You said that that's in UTC time. Can you describe or tell us what UTC time is?
No, this time that you have here is in our time, Eastern Standard Time. UTC time is Universal Time Coordinated, and that's going to have, that's like on the world clock. So you're going to have a -4 or a -5. The raw records come back to us in Universal Time Coordinated, and then we turn around and put it in our time so that you can read it and know that what time it happened here.
Oh. And so, just to be clear, the 16:09 or 4:09 p.m. is what time it
Eastern
was
Standard
in
Time.
Detroit,
Yes.
where this phone was at 4:09 on January 9th?
Yes.
Okay. And that's a conversion that you have to do based on whether it's -4 or -5?
Yes.
What does that depend on, -4 or -5?
It's the UTC time, Universal Time Coordinated. So it's on the world clock. So our Eastern Standard Time will change, fall back or spring forward based on the summer and the winter. And so during the summertime, it's going to be -4 from UTC time, and then during the wintertime, it's going to be -5. So we just put it in so that the time that you have here is Eastern Standard Time.
It does work for us.
And then the two rows over, one next to duration, start, LAC/CID. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that information means?
Which says 26,200 26200 /12 to start LAC/CID is what it's discussing.
And why it's important.
This is January 9th.
So that's going to be your location information. Your LAC is
2024. 2024. I mean, one of the days she went missing. Or they think she had went missing or
So
around this
that's a
time,
little-
but yeah, but we're about to find out now because I paused it. They're about to discuss the start LAC CID, which is on the screen, which is 26200/12.
His location area code, and then the
Okay.
Location.
Location area code.
Their CID
Your typical 5-digit number.
is your cell ID.
Okay. And that is what allows you to generate,
Cell
or
tower
what
ID.
allows you to generate the map that we see below?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the map that we
real
see
simple,
below.
Yeah.
First, you have those two lines going out in almost a incomplete triangle. Can you tell us what we're looking at there and what's in the middle?
Yes. So the middle part, you're actually looking at a V, and it's going to be about a mile long here in the Metro Detroit area. The cell coverage that you're looking at for any particular tower is usually about a mile. So that V is a representation of the intended area coverage of the cell phone company.
Okay. And then there's a little pie chart in the middle in a little shade. Can you tell us what that means?
Yes, that is the intended area.
Lake,
Okay,
nigga.
that's the mile that you were talking about?
Yes.
Blue dot located to
You
just
already
above
talking about your city,
the
nigga.
top line there. Can you tell us what that is indicating?
That blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, and that was requested to be placed on the map at this particular date and time.
Okay. And so what essentially is your conclusion about this map that we're looking at here? What does all of this mean?
In this particular date and time, so January 9th at around 4:09 p.m., the target device that we're looking at ending in 8719 is consistent with being in the area of the 9,000 Connor.
And how precise is this location? I mean, you say in the area, there's no specific spot that you can say this was at this address. How precise can you get with this?
So we can only tell you what the address and location of the cell tower and their intended coverage. They actually give you that. So you're working with radio frequency. So it's not going to be an exact V that you see here. You're going to be working with radio waves. So it can be a little bit outside of the V or a little bit inside of the V, but basically this is just to demonstrate, you know, the intended area coverage of the cell phone company.
Okay. Going now to Exhibit 34, which is on the screen. First, is this the same information that we saw in Exhibit 33 across the top of the map in Exhibit 34?
Yes.
Okay. And you have 4 rows here instead of 1. Why do you have 4 rows instead of 1 in this map?
In this instance, the officer in charge requested to see a travel duration. So during the time between, I have 1838 and 1922, there are actually others in between which you can actually.
Yeah, what she's talking about. I don't know why she said 32. She might. Oh, all right. She said 32 because. Well, nah. She should have said 22. Because I know y'all can't zoom in on what she's looking at, but it's pretty much. Yeah, what we talked about first, the LAC, which is the land area code, location area code. Then the CID is pretty much the tower that it's bouncing off of. But they pretty much just. I mean, 1838 there for that long, 1855 there for that long. The third is 19, well, we in military time. I mean, 1902, 20 seconds, down to the second. You were there for 2.5 minutes. I mean, the duration, like, this thing different. Like this, it's kind of hard to run from it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's getting better every year because these are outsourced companies, not cell tower. We got the information. You come get it, decipher it. But they're reading about what's on the screen at the moment.
You can actually see in the raw records, but to put that many records that happened in between is a lot. So basically, we are showing the travel from the blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, and then the black dot indicates Ypsilanti, and they wanted to depict the travel from 9,000 Connor down to Ypsilanti during this time period.
40 minutes.
And the first time period that you have for row number 1 is 1838 and 16 seconds?
Yes.
So that would be 6:38 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a corresponding number on the map that relates to each row.
Yes, on row, you can actually see the row column. So number 1 is going to coincide with number 1, which is just leaving the 9,000 Connor area. And then you see on row number 2, it's depicted on the map as number 2. And it's traveling down 94 west. And then number 3 coincides with line number 3.
Got
and
you,
then
bro.
4 and so on.
Okay, and so
I mean, it's enough to hang
your
you.
conclusion, correct me if I'm wrong, would be that for number 4, at around 19, 22, and 33 seconds, that phone was in the area of Ypsilanti.
Just west of it.
Just west of it?
I believe there's a little town.
You see, he
I don't
ain't
know how
trust
it
no.
was with you. A lot of niggas growing up, a lot of old head niggas growing up, like Gen X niggas, like selling shit. Cause you know niggas didn't say shit over the phone. A lot of these niggas would have their phones off when they drive, or would, like be sitting on their phone, or would have it off. Like, and niggas ain't know about no location. I mean, you hear it's on. Your
They just have
big
it
brother's
off.
watching you, but you don't know like. This thing one day is gonna read what I'm talking about. Probably is like I mean it's putting commercials on what I talk about randomly through the day. It's always listening. Like you hearing about Big Brother and Minority Report, but you don't think it's really going on. But niggas was doing weird shit. Like a lot of niggas did not travel with their phone on when it was like, I mean, moving work or I mean picking up or being a runner. I mean, making a drop.
Motherfucker would leave their phones.
Niggas did like them phones, boy, and niggas did not say weed, marijuana. I mean, that's
still to this
strange,
day. Still to this day, like, yeah, it's cold.
and it shocked me, yo. Probably was just a couple years ago seeing people just blasting it.
Yeah.
Okay, how legal it is.
Got it on
blasting
Facebook,
it on Instagram, Facebook.
Like, y'all, wow.
Pop-up party here. I got this now. I'm over here. Like
Gas
what?
on
Nigga.
deck.
Like it's probably just too many of y'all to get to. We got to run like you number 140th. We about to bag and I mean get all the people that were one mistake away from an indictment, but you in line. 140. You might stop by the time we get to you, but it's so easy. You might just even be bigger. Like that's just like nigga, we can't do our job unless you are doing a good portion of it for us.
Yeah, you
I
tell
mean,
yourself.
a cop would tell you that, yo. But this phone is this phone is a handheld chorus.
Yeah.
Fucking sing all day on you, nigga. I didn't. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Your phone says different.
Like nigga,
Like-
whatever we just said you did, you do every Tuesday for the last 3 months. Nigga, just tell us. Like, all right, man. All right, yo. Damn.
We know where you
yo,
been,
like,
nigga.
It's like, man, you really want to drown this shit out, man? This shit gonna cost you extra $5. Your lawyer, I'm telling you, yo, we trying to help you out, nigga. I don't know why, but we are. Yo, you, nigga, we know how much money you got. Nigga, we know your last payment, your last all that.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, we know your last text saying shit getting tight. Nigga. I mean, yo. Yeah, all right, man. All right.
Oh, you
All right,
balling?
man, all right, you got that, yo. Yo, man. Yo, all right, man. I could stretch this out, and I mean, fuck up the court. You know what I mean? But you know, yo, give me a good deal, man. Fuck it, man. All this fucking man. Let me get this shit over so I can go up the road. You niggas is good. Shit. But hey, he went through that, so hopefully we wouldn't have to. Shit. I mean, but niggas was serious about that electronics, yo.
About that phone.
I mean, you don't
They
catch too
ain't
many
trust
niggas
them.
moving work. I got the best phone. Man, them niggas is yeah, them niggas is man, niggas used to. Is that a thing? Burner phones?
I don't know if
Is
it's
that still a
no
thing?
more.
Just going to the store, $25, cop burner? Is that even a legal word to say? I mean,
That's
niggas
a
was
phone.
big on those until we can find out, yeah, that phone you're using, we'll just go to the store where you activated it at, and we'll just ruin your life like that. Like, but them burners, I mean, yeah, the store even had, the bodega had a camera. That's all we need. Oh, he got one of those? Man, we about to, yeah, he's got a different line. We're going to catch him up. You're going to catch yourself up. You're going to call somebody you know that we got tapped to. It's not worth it, yo. It's, these niggas get paid and have health insurance to just, I don't know, be better at getting you. You got to go to work. I mean, you ain't got all
You got
day
other
to
shit
work
to
on
do.
slick. You can't work on slick all day. I mean, but they just work on defeating
That shit,
slick
yo,
all day with health
slick
insurance.
ass. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to defeat that shit, nigga.
And benefits.
Arsenal and health insurance and benefits, like, nigga, that's not. You don't have as much. You don't get paid for overtime slickness. You might get just nigga, you one mistake away from an indictment, man. But we shall continue.
In the state
Mello,
trial.
what up, man? We can talk about this right now before we get back running the mile. Wow. Mello, what up, what up? Good looking. Always
What up,
appreciate
what
it,
up?
you dig?
Give me the loot, give me the loot. Give me the loot, give me the loot.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know exactly what the fuck I'm pushing, because whatever app it is, I want it, and I want it now. And yeah, are you allowing and confirming for this app to follow your dumb black ass and to know everything coming out your mouth? And we gonna keep that mic on. Do you agree? Yeah, because I need this shit to do whatever I gotta fucking do, man. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll matter when it matters and I get indicted. But right now, I
But right now-
gotta get what I gotta get. I try to get this Uber on some bullshit. I gotta get this Lyft. I gotta get this. Yes.
But you moving to work. Okay.
Yeah, right? The app already on it. Like, yo, man, if these niggas get indicted, nigga, yeah, all you gotta do is say yes.
They just get that phone.
No, all you gotta do is just press. You have to, or you can't get the app, nigga.
They're gonna start on the Instagram on you niggas. Oh, you niggas think you slick moving that work? This all right. Instagram. Give us that.
Yo, why?
right.
Yo, I don't know if she's been doing that or I just seen it for the second time. Yo, appreciate that, Mello. Most apps have location settings, just saying. But like, Shiesty, I'm mad I said her name, nigga. I don't even want to get.
She been doing that for the last couple of days. Don't even.
All right.
She's been
Weather nice. Weather's
Don't
nicer.
fair
I
no,
mean,
man.
I get it. It's cute. It's not like I think that doesn't seem too like. I mean, bad. Look at that. Look at you trying to be mean but cute. The fuck out of here, nigga. Let's continue.
Town areas.
Those phones.
At around 19:22 and 33 seconds, that phone was in the area of Ypsilanti.
Just west of it.
Just west of it?
I believe there's a little town there, but yes.
Okay. And 1923, that would be 7:22 p.m., correct?
Yep.
Going to exhibit 35. And on exhibit 35, which is on the screen now, you have, again, 4 rows, but there's different coloring for that information. Can you describe what we're looking at and what the coloring means?
Yes. So the blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, again, and the purple dot indicates 13362 Wilshire. And those are the 2 locations that the officer in charge requested to be placed on the map. And they wanted to show that this device was in the area of either of these locations and at what time.
Okay, and so can you tell us about the...
And they want Kate's.
All right, target. After the row is the target. The second line is target.
And at what time?
Okay, and so can you tell us about the lines closer to the 9,000 Connor location and what ones those correspond to in your records up top there?
So this is an RTT report, or a time in advance report, and the row number 1 and 2, which one is a dark blue line, and the other is a light blue line, all indicate approximately around the area of 9,000 Connor during the time of 2028 and 2042, which is 8:28 p.m. and 8:42 p.m.
Okay, and so is it fair to say that this phone was in the area of 9,000 Connor at those times on January 9th?
It's consistent with being around the area.
Okay. And then the other 2, the purple and pink lines, can you tell us about those?
So there's a dark purple and a light purple, and that's around the area of 13362 Wilshire, and those are times of 2048 or 8:48 p.m. and then 2059 or 8:59 p.m.
All those codes, all 4 rows are color coded, explaining everything on the map or whatever, not app, but interface system they're using. I mean, it just does the work for them. They just got to get the request, which we all know. I think we're in the day of time where it used to be a big deal on the news. Apple can't give up my information, or the towers, or whatever apocalypse happened. But yeah, and you signing up for it, yo. You getting indicted. They ask for it. They request for it. A detective need it. He gonna get that shit, and then they're gonna put it into the little system, and it's just gonna tally up whatever the detective asked to see if you were near. And it's just it's just teamwork, yo, at its best.
And it's just tallying your where you been, all the way up and down, pinging off of each tower. They can get a pretty much line of where you was going at. And that's why they put the points. Wilshire was the one I remember the fiance said that's what she remembered he stayed at. So they got pinpoints of where you stayed and where your little sick ass is moving at. Yeah.
Man,
they got you,
niggas
bro.
Keep that cell phone on them like a heartbeat, nigga. Like I mean, shit,
we all do.
Nigga, like your fucking, I mean, like your face.
You take it on every job. You on social media with that motherfucker.
Life source, money source.
Money source. Motherfucker call you with calls. Of course you're gonna take it. You know what I mean? They done made it indispensable. Like you gotta keep it. To keep everything going and know where your family, friends to get money. To even sometimes be up this motherfucker. So it's like, but damn.
Oh yeah. Niggas had a lot of motherfucking, yo, it's crazy. 2-3 years ago, it was mad niggas having phone issues. Fight Club, phone issues. Niggas like, oh, it's just, we blaming it, we cracking on niggas' internet. No. Niggas had Androids, but niggas didn't have Galaxies.
Nah.
Niggas had some Androids. They weren't Samsungs.
Nope.
They were just Androids. And a lot of you niggas, mostly men.
Yep.
I was dumb enough to be like, man, bro.
Me included. I knew it,
internet,
yo.
this, that. Yeah, I'm like, damn, your headphones. Bro. You need to get some expensive headphones, Mufasa. And then I don't know what he looked up, but he's like, yo, nah. I got an Android, but niggas should be getting a quality phone, not a good-looking big face phone, but a phone that just ask him. Oh, this will keep up. That's why that was happening. This phone will keep you with everything you're trying to do.
Yo,
bang, headphones, all that shit fixed.
With the pen, and it's a 12-inch screen. I was like, hold on, bro. I did that shit. That shit ain't work. I said, yo, give me a list of what all the processes is on these motherfuckers. I want the processing speed of these motherfuckers, yo. I said, because these shits ain't created equal, yo.
That's why dick shit never worked.
This is exactly why his shit never worked. I said, bro,
it's the Illuminati. No, niggas, yo, cheap ass. You got kids and a family. They got what they wanted, but you just got a phone. Whatever.
And the motherfucker gonna give you a list. And you kids got. Oh, so it's only 2 phones they really have. They're gonna be like, yeah, it's probably the Note and the Galaxy. Those are the only 2 ones that got it.
Yeah, other than that, type shit.
You're gonna have some issues with the rest of them. You be like, oh, okay, now I know that. Okay, then where them at? Oh yeah, they're right here. Oh shit,
you want to fully engage? Gonna have to upgrade.
I'm like, I didn't know. Now I know.
Shit, none of us did.
I'm a motherfucker got Verizon and shit. I got Verizon and shit. I'm like, yo, I got the best. You know what I mean? He's like, no, nigga.
Yeah. All phones ain't created equal. Even if got a bigger face.
Yeah.
All phones ain't created equal.
Nigga. And number 2, that iMac you just got sitting over there. Open that shit the fuck up.
Yeah, word, yo.
Those 2 things right there, nigga. You got them. They just sitting there. Yeah. Phone, iMac. Oh,
these shits are for making money. I mean, nigga, you got to be trying to get your money back when you buy an iMac. I mean, it's a money making. Man, what are you doing with this? Well, I don't know, man. Some people, they can just get a $1,000, $1,500 phone and only text and talk and care nothing about the limits or the knowledge they can reach, man. But
I had one too, Jessica. I know. Man, Motorola used to be my junk. I'm talking about, man, I got the best Motorola money can buy. And I had motherfuckers like, yo, we ain't need no Motorola shit, motherfucker. I had the pen, the big face, all the none of that shit work. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I just got this motherfucker.
Word.
Yeah. Nuh-uh, nigga. Yeah. We don't give a fuck.
That's the reason why it was cheaper.
Yeah.
The reason why
you think you get a deal for fucking like, I spent like $450 on this motherfucker, $500. You thinking you getting the deal because you thinking to do everything? Nah.
You got to get one of them payment plan phones, nigga. Yeah, them phones where it's like, you ain't trying to buy it outright, or you must get on the plan. Which about just 70 payments of $33. You good? My God, dang.
That's what the girls do. That's what they
want to upgrade?
Yeah.
You need to at least complete half of these 77 payments.
Yeah,
so
I guarantee you.
About 10 more months, you'll be ready to upgrade, sir, because you'll be at 47 payments. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Listen to me.
Unless you want to buy the plan, we can upgrade all day. God, y'all niggas,
I'm willing to bet money. I'm willing to bet money. That's what Shiesty owe. Shiesty might got that 15. She might got it. But I'm willing to bet money. She owe 50 payments of $33 a month.
Yeah, yo.
Why is it like
that? Because they know you want to up. You want to upgrade every fucking phone, huh? Hey, we'll pay this extra. Yep. And every time a new one comes out, we can reset that fucking finance. You'll just be locked in with us. Infinite payments of what would you like to pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That bill is $110 every month. Your phone service is only $45. But your ass paying that big ass bill to get that damn phone
paid, nigga.
Motherfucker, phone bill. You come to a nigga and be like, oh yeah, can you pay my phone bill? You be like, oh, what it is? $100. What phone bill is $100? Hold on. You know, they plans, man. They unlimited talk, text, internet, everything. You know, you can get them shit for like $50 or something, right? Oh yeah, but I got that phone. Oh, so you paying $900 a month. Oh yeah, so you paying for that phone. Paying for that phone.
You got that crowdfunding Wi-Fi. You can put a nigga on, huh?
Yeah.
Because you know I'm down right now. Yo, turn on your spot Wi-Fi, nigga. I can't get to the library right now. I need, you know what I mean? Niggas be making calls. You know how many motherfucking workers I had? Like, nigga, they had to be at a library or a hotel next to one to fucking call. So how you calling me? Oh, I'm using the Wi-Fi, man. Like, you know when niggas is hurt when they on Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, what?
Yeah,
when niggas on Wi-Fi, Facebook messaging calling you? Yeah, nigga, they at a Wi-Fi location. Like, I thought your phone ain't work. Yo, when I'm next to Wi-Fi, I do. Like, nigga, I'm about to hit they continue.
So the RTT information has moved from around 9,000 Connor to 13362 Wilshire during that particular time.
And so does that indicate that the phone was traveling towards the direction of the Wilshire address?
It could have been.
Okay. And you said RTT. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that means?
RTT is a real-time tool or time in advance. Basically, it's a report that T-Mobile will send out, and it's historical location information. It's not necessarily based off of any type of activity, so you're not going to have phone calls during this time. It's not going to be text messages, or as long as the phone is on and the cell tower basically, or the base is able to get in contact with the device and back. So basically it's the time that it takes for a base station to send out a signal and then have it received back from the device.
I'm here. Okay.
Is it fair to say that that's
marked.
More of a passive interaction between the phone? There's no input on the phone that's required for this?
Nope.
There's no input required at all. There's
just
not
need to be on.
Any type of cellular activity at that time. It's basically for efficiency and performance by the network.
Of course.
Going to exhibit 36 now.
Everywhere you go, your phone just doing handshakes with towers all damn day.
Hey,
all damn day.
Hey,
hello, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. Hello, I'm here.
Handshakes with towers.
How are you doing? Just a handshake. How are you doing? I'm here. Can I check in? I'm checking
your
in.
Screen is
sir,
black.
I'm checking in here. I am just checking in, sir. Checking in, sir. Checking in, sir.
Checking in,
sir.
How you doing,
nigga?
Sir?
That's it.
Your shit black as hell. Your screen black, but your shit just checking in the background. Hi, tower. How you doing?
That's it.
I'm here.
That's it. Oh, I hope your day's well. Give the next tower a what's up when you get down there, because we know you do this every fucking Thursday. So hey, tell the other tower I said what's up when you arrive down there. I mean, the technology is just talking.
Just you sneaking.
Everywhere.
You know you gonna see that
Which is
nigga
on
every
the screen
Wednesday.
on that first page.
That's how I was seeing.
No communication needed. Just needs to be on. That's all.
8 lines. Can you tell us the reason you have 8 lines and what they're indicating?
We got row, target, date, time, duration, start, location, area code, same thing, CID, which is the tower, call type, call status, direction, contact ID. I don't see anything different, but they're about to break it down. Oh, goddamn, they get the, not the, what's added to this now is text message, SMS. That's what's been added to this, text, ingoing and outgoing. God damn.
Number
Look at that shit. They're full on
36
that.
is a cause report and tower map of the date and time of January 9th from 22:53 or 10:53 p.m. to January 10th of
1:11 in the
2024
morning.
at 1:11 a.m.
Okay. So that's the time you're analyzing here is from closer to midnight on the
Calling,
9th, going into
texting.
the next morning, early morning on the 10th, correct?
Yes.
He
All right,
got
and
all
going
these
to
chicks
the
he got
second
to.
page of this exhibit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this thing, it's not even that difficult. I
Can you
thought
tell
this
us
shit
what
would
we're
be
looking
difficult.
at in this
shit
map
is
on
simple.
the second page of exhibit 36?
In
Simple.
this map, we're looking at rows 1, 2, and 3. So this, the red dot that you have right there smack dab in the middle indicates 2000 Harper, which is the Park Crest Motel. And then the next slide has a different address associated with it. But what we're looking at right here is the 2000 Harper Park Crest Motel.
And is that in Harper Woods? If you know.
That I don't know.
Oh. That highway that it's just off of, that's 94 highway, correct?
Yes.
Oh. And the two towers, or the two lines that you have here, does that indicate the phone was interacting with those towers at the times in rows 1, 2, and 3?
Yes, you see the dark blue tower on the south side facing north. That's the area coverage, and then you have the light towers up, the light tower up top, the light blue, which is number 3, and that's facing downward.
They gotta
and
zoom out,
encompass
man.
The area, they overlap the area of the Park Crest Motel.
Okay. And the phone was interacting with both those towers at...
Oh, word. Oh, like the towers have like a sort of a radius and shit.
Yeah. Both
Like you got the center, you got the tower, you got the arms.
Yes.
Kind of giving you a radius of where it would be in
And
between.
The two towers, or
So
the
both
two
of them.
lines that you have here, does that indicate the phone was interacting with those towers at the times in...
Them two towers was giving your fucking phone
shit.
a fucking bear hug.
Yeah,
Pretty
right.
much.
Yeah, right.
Two towers, both arms open, just bear hugging your phone. Like if, shit, the motherfucker's anywhere in between this bear hug.
rows 1, 2, and 3?
You in
Group
Detroit,
hug.
Ronnie?
You
You
see
in
the
Detroit,
dark
bro?
blue
A
tower
word,
on the
a
south
word.
side facing north. That's the area coverage, and then you have the light towers up, the light tower up top, the light blue, which is number 3, and that's facing downward, and they encompass the area. They overlap
sense.
the area of the Park Crest Motel.
Yup, see? Look at that little
And the phone
rectangle.
was interacting with both those towers at...
Back and forth. Where the fucking motel is at, nigga? You up and back and forth.
12:37 in the morning on the 10th?
Between 10:53 and 12:37 a.m.
And then going to the third page of this map, what are we looking at here on the third page?
This
and
is
what row
easy,
do they
yo.
correspond to?
This third page is going to have a purple dot that indicates 4 East Alexandrian, and that is another location that was significant for the officer in charge to place on the map.
And sorry, maybe I missed you saying this. What rows does it correspond to on this map?
And that corresponds with the purple row. So each
It's
color
Ronnie Crib. You know all these
represents
spots.
the call detail records, the color on the call detail record report. So that's going to be row number 8 at 1:11 a.m. on the 10th of January.
And this is all for that target number ending in 8917, correct?
8719.
8719, sorry, thank you. All for the same number, though.
Yeah, all of these reports are the same number.
And does that indicate to you that the phone moved from that Park Crest location down to where this is on Alexandrine?
Yes.
Okay. And then the last page of this exhibit, is this just an overview of both of those maps that we just looked at?
Yes, it is. So you'll see in the beginning, or I'm sorry, at the end of the 9th, at around 10:53. It's up at the Parkcrest Motel up there on the northeast side, and then it travels down at around 1:11 in the morning on the 10th down to the purple area.
And that's the Alexandrine.
It is.
Okay. Going now to Exhibit 37, which is on the screen. And do you have that there?
I do.
First, can you tell us again what we're looking at in the 3 rows on the first page of this exhibit?
So this is a time in advance report. You've got the row, the target, the day, and these are going to be, these are all in the color black and on the map for the second page. And basically it's showing on January 10th, 2024 from 22:51, which is 10:51 p.m. to 22:53 or 10:53 p.m.
So
on the
later,
10th.
later in the day on the 10th.
On the second day, yes.
Okay, and so we moved almost 24 hours, about 20 hours up from the last map, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if we could go to the second page. And where is this phone interacting with on, at the times that you just said, later in the day on the 10th?
The information received from the cell phone company is right around Greenfield and 7 Mile.
And is that in the city of Detroit, Wayne County?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay. And going now to Exhibit 38, we're looking at a lot more rows on Exhibit 38. Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Yes, this is the time period right after we were looking at 7 Mile and Greenfield. That time was all the way up until 22:53. So here we have from 23:40, which is 11:40 p.m., to 23:59, 11:59 p.m., and this is all on the same night of the 10th.
Okay. And
Damn, they
this
got all
is
this shit.
so just about 40 minutes after the previous map, correct?
Approximately.
Okay. And was there any information in the records, if you know, between those two times, that 40-minute gap there?
They gave us a time in advance records.
Okay. And going to the second page of this, on the map here, first, can you tell us what that red dot indicates on this map?
So that red dot indicates 7 Mile and Berg.
And in terms of the circles around that, what do those represent?
The time in advance distance from the cell tower. So that's all going to be around 7 Mile and Berg area.
And is it fair to say then that this phone was interacting with those towers at the times you indicated around the 7 Mile and Berg area?
Yes.
And can you go back up to the first page? Thank you. Sorry. In row 1, what is the time there?
Row 1 is going to be on January 10th of 2024, 23:40, which is 11:40 p.m.
And then the last row, what is the time on the last row?
January 10th of 2024 at 23:59. And that was just because the officer had asked for just that day. It actually indicates that it stays there for a little bit more in the morning.
Okay, how much more in the morning if you know?
We actually have it on the next exhibit.
Oh, perfect. And so that phone on this exhibit, was it there from 11:40 to, at the very least, midnight almost on the 10th, correct?
The time in advance records, yes.
And again, this is timing in advance. This is the passive interaction, no input from the phone or the user, correct?
Yes, no calls, no text, no nothing. This is just the signals that the base station is getting to the device.
And going to
Texting,
exhibit
no call,
39.
nothing.
It's like the
And
yo,
can you
the
tell us
tower
what we're
checks
looking
in
at
like
on
every
the
10
front page?
seconds, nigga.
Yeah.
So this is going to be essentially a combination of the last two exhibits that we just saw. So this is going to be from January 10th of 2024 at 9:49 p.m. or 21:49 to January 11th of 2024, the next day or the next morning at 1:34 a.m.
Okay. And going to the second page of this exhibit now. First, on the far left side of the
Yeah,
screen,
he doing a
what
lot
area
nearby.
is that again that we're looking at?
That hotel.
On the far left of the screen is going to be the red dot indicating.
Because remember, they used to go to the hotel to meet up just to have sex. The baby mama with the 5 kids.
With the 5
they
kids.
would go to a hotel to have sex. And we thought that was crazy, but yeah, this nigga's got, he's got this like, you fail the plan, you plan and fail, I guess. This nigga's got he's got a fucking routine, man, a regimen, some shit, boy.
It's ridiculous.
7 Mile and
Shit.
And that's the same area that we saw in the last exhibit in 38, correct?
Yes.
And in terms of what rows correspond to that one, how long was that phone there in that area into the next morning on the 11th?
You have, let me see. Okay, so starting with row 1, it's down in the purple area, bottom right-hand screen. You see that the purple dot indicates 4 East Alexandria, which we looked at a map from earlier. And then it goes to it's actually still there around the area of 4 Alexandrine, which is the purple on line 2. Then you see it start to traveling up to number 3, which is in the light blue area, which is in the middle one, just above the dark red. And then you see it show to the dark blue after the light blue, which is going to be still traveling north. And then that 7 Mile in Greenfield, which is that blue dot, and then going over to the 7 Mile in Burke.
And the 7 Mile in Greenfield, we looked at that one, I believe it was
We
exhibit
did.
36.
Yes.
And so where does the phone end up, and at what time is the last entry for the 7 Mile and Berg area?
So the 7 Mile and Burke area is at 134.13, number 8. And then you see that big kind of curved line, that's actually going to be line number 9, and that's when the device is essentially, moving away from the location.
Okay. And so that phone then was there in that area of 7 Mile and Berg from about 12:40 to 1:34?
12:40.
Sorry, 11:40.
11, yeah. Yes, 11:40 p.m. to around 1:34 a.m. on
And-
the 11th.
And
A couple
on the
hours.
11th at 1:34 a.m., it starts to move away, which is row number 9 on your first page there.
Yes.
Okay. And you had mentioned earlier that part of the search warrant return from T-Mobile includes subscriber information, correct?
Yes.
And did you get the subscriber information for this target phone number that we've been talking about?
Yes.
And do you remember what the name associated with this account was?
One of the subscribers didn't show any information. The other subscriber it was spelled wrong. It's like Jaris.
And what was the last name?
Butts.
Butts?
I believe so.
May I have one moment, George?
Yes.
Can you go back to the exhibit that we were talking about for the Park Crest Motel?
Yes.
I believe that's exhibit 36, correct?
36, yes.
And what's the address for the Park Crest Motel that's listed on there?
20,000 Harper.
Okay. Maybe I misheard you. I thought you said 2,000 earlier. I just wanted to.
Oh, I apologize. It's 20,000.
20,000 Harper? Okay. Nothing further, Judge.
I have one question. Back on exhibit 38, the last one was 7 Mile and Burke in the top left corner.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess this one works.
This is 38.
This is 38?
Did you make 39?
Yes. 39. So there's an image of a house in the bottom right, in purple, you have blue is the car. The left in the 7 Mile Bird is shoes. What does that indicate? Or footprints?
I believe there was possibly some evidence there. That's
Okay,
why
I didn't know what the different images, if it was significant.
No.
Thank you. I don't know if you have questions based off of what I asked.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Unless, yeah, one more. Nothing.
Okay, cross.
Yeah, man. That cell phone get you hemmed up.
That cell phone is going rat on you, no matter how good of a nigga you is that won't switch, that won't snitch. You gonna think somebody snitched to get hold of that phone. Like, yo, somebody niggas dropping dimes.
The cell phone data you have.
Nah, nigga,
you
that
call it
phone,
historical
nigga.
data, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was a slick nigga.
So there are 3 ways that you can find phone location, correct?
Oh yeah, this is
There's a
yeah.
lot of different ways you can find them.
That's the best part. I mean, I ain't gonna say slick, but this job. You gonna see this dude or any lawyer try to chew up this shit because it can't be as precise. It does a great job, but I mean, shit. If it did
Some gotta
why
be
we
off
find that
about
fucking
it.
body. We ain't find
And
that
it's
body.
it's reasonable doubt.
We got an idea, but we ain't got no body. I mean, we got all this
Yeah.
technology, we ain't got no body. We got cell
ain't
phone,
got no
we
body
ain't got no
yet.
body. Got location after location after tower after tower after tower, but we ain't got no body. I mean, so his job is to, he gonna try to, he gonna try to
Pick it
he gonna try
apart.
to air that shit the fuck out. Pick it apart.
That's his job.
Damn right, I mean.
So that's what he getting paid to do.
Fair enough. But the 3 primary GPS information that you can find have, you call it historical data, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 3 ways that you can find phone location, correct?
There's a lot of different ways you can find phone location.
Fair enough. But the 3 primary GPS information from the phone, right? The phone has a GPS and you can get GPS information from the phone.
That's not what we deal with.
Right, but I'm just saying that is a way of
That could
locating
be
the
a
phone.
way.
And you can triangulate a phone call, correct?
We don't do triangulation. So
Okay.
the mapping that you're looking is not triangulation.
So what you're doing is what's called cell site location information?
No, we're doing, the calls report, they actually give you a physical lat and long for the tower. They also give you the azimuth, which is the central location of the area coverage.
It's called
So
a
we're
CDR.
actually putting all the information that they give to us and putting it on a map.
Right, it's called a CDR, correct?
Call detail records.
Call
yes.
detail record, okay. So the call detail record is basically a bunch of numbers that tell you this phone is communicating with a tower in a certain area, correct?
Yes.
And from that, you come up with the cell site location information, correct?
No, they give you the cell site location information. That's the lat and long of the cell tower. They give you that.
Who gives you that?
The cell phone company, that's the call detail records.
Okay. And I think you mentioned this is all historical information.
Yes.
And it's an interpretation, so it's not 100% accurate, correct?
When you say 100% accurate, the cell towers are the lat and long. There's no interpretation there. If you're talking about the intended area coverage.
Right.
Okay, the intended area coverage, they give you an azimuth, okay? And then that intended area coverage is generally around 66 or so degrees area coverage.
Okay. So the cell phone, the information you get is the phone connecting with a tower, sending information that tells you this is the location of the phone.
For call detail records, they give you the tower, lat and long, the actual address of the tower. They also supply the intended area coverage, which is the beam width of how far or how big the intended area coverage is, along with the azimuth, which is why we do it in the shape of a V. So they're giving you the V-shaped and the azimuth, the smack dab in the middle. So they're telling us that's the intended area coverage.
That is the intended area.
Yes.
Okay.
Intended area. Okay.
And Sergeant, it's true that the cell phone is going to get a signal from the tower that it gets the strongest signal from, right?
Generally speaking, yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's the closest, correct?
No, it doesn't have to be the closest.
Okay, and there are factors that will affect which tower or what sends out the strongest signal, correct?
Yes, there could be factors.
Okay. Things like the distance from the tower, obviously. The height of the tower, would that affect it?
What normally affect, I mean, it could, but what normally is going to affect anything regarding, you know, connection to a tower, possibly weather, tall buildings, if you have a huge event where there's a ton of people trying to get on it, like, you know, Ford Field or Comerica. Those are the types of things that can determine where the strongest tower is going to be. However, here in the Metro Detroit area, it's still going to be approximately a mile because we have so many towers that they can connect to. So you're not going to get one, you know, that's what, 20 miles away. It's still going to be within a mile radius.
Okay. And I think you've already answered that. Now, isn't it also true that the tower isn't actually owned by the cell phone company? Generally?
So they can lease it out, but you
I
have
don't know
the
what
person that actually
towers
makes it, and then you
motherfucker.
have, you know, AT&T,
lease that
T-Mobile,
shit out.
Verizon. They can all utilize
word.
any of the towers that you see here.
Right.
course.
So
Yeah, it ain't.
your information is from T-Mobile.
Xfinity, we got all the more towers. We're building them across America. Can you hear me now, AT? Can you hear me now, Verizon? I used to
All
think,
of them
oh, man,
leasing the
Verizon
same
got the man
tower.
towers. Verizon
Yeah.
got more towers. That shit. You remember that one dude? What the fuck did he say? The dude with the glasses
Yeah.
pops up and goes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That's what it was. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I mean, but that made a nigga think like, damn, yo, Verizon, that's the biggest and largest network in America. I'm like, damn, I gotta be different. I don't want to be down with y'all. I like AT&T's doing good. I ain't never heard no complaints, but the Verizon commercials was good. Like, damn, we have the
Come
most.
to find
we
out, they just
we get
all
reception
all the
everywhere.
time. They can lease any of the towers they want. They choose the ones they want to lease. It's like, so no,
Ain't no good
nigga
reception out
always-
there because there ain't enough customers out there, nigga. We ain't leasing that shit
Yeah.
until we hit that mark. Like, oh, word?
Oh.
I mean, nigga, business is
business,
I mean,
nigga.
you have no idea. You have no idea. That shit is like, nigga, of course you ain't got bad reception out there. At least you got 2 bars, nigga. Tell your friends to join. We'll try to get y'all to 3, 4.
Yeah,
All right?
you up.
Like, we'll rent that. Convince us to rent it then. All right, until then you're going to have to do it too. I mean, until you go to the next town where they paying us, nigga. Yo, business is the shit, man. I'm telling you.
T-Mobile, correct?
Yes.
And from that very same tower, let's say AT&T could have phone calls coming in, correct?
Possible.
So there's no way to tell how many phone calls AT&T has from the closest tower, correct? At the same time as T-Mobile.
They're not going to be on the same network.
They're not going to be in the same, but
No,
they're
so
using
you
the
have
same
the-
tower.
You have the cellular network, but you have AT&T that is going to utilize some towers. You have T-Mobile that's going to utilize some. You have Verizon that's going to utilize some. Some lease them out to other people, but you're not going to. I don't know exactly what it is that you're asking.
So you're saying that it doesn't matter how many users are utilizing the tower, it just matters whether or not they're on the same bandwidth?
You have a SIM card that goes into each and every single phone, and that's on their network. So you're not going to get onto an AT&T network from a T-Mobile phone or vice versa. That's how they do their billing. That's how they, ensure that they have all the information that you receive is accurate. You're not going to have an AT&T phone,
That's not my question. My
Yeah,
question
but they're on the tower though.
Can a single tower be utilized by multiple companies at the same time?
It could, yes.
Would that weaken that signal, the capacity of that tower?
I'm not an engineer. I don't know how big this tower is, any specific tower. That's something you would have to ask the cell phone company.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's also true that a cell phone can attach to a tower up to 20 miles away, correct?
So it could in, let's just say, Alaska or, rural areas in Colorado in the mountains where you don't have that many people. And so they have bigger towers that, go further distances because they're not servicing as many people as you would, let's say, in Detroit. In Detroit, we have so many towers here that they're not going to utilize something that's 20 miles away and skip over, the hundreds of towers that you have right here. That's not going to, I'm not going to say never, but that doesn't generally happen here in Detroit. I haven't seen one at least.
Okay. And there's generally overlap, and I think even one of the slides you had, there's overlap in these towers, correct?
When you say overlap?
Meaning that
Alicia, appreciate
a
you.
single area can be called.
I know you caught that weather, right?
That's generally how it is. You have one tower. I mean, even in the ones that we were looking at,
Send
you
us
have
your
one
city.
tower with
You should be
multiple
concerned
cells
about
on
the
there.
weather. Send us your
So
city, man.
This is for T-Mobile or
Thank
any
you very
company to make
much.
sure that they have coverage, that you don't lose your service. You could have one cell facing this way, then here, then here, then here, then here. They're all going to overlap to ensure that the person has coverage, that they don't drop their service. So yes, you've had overlapping.
So basically, the data you said that you use a program called PinLink. What exactly is PinLink?
PenLink is a program that we're able to receive the call detail records, input it, and basically it just puts it in a readable format. So, for example, all of the calls reports that you see come in Universal Time Coordinated, or UTC time. PenLink will make the time adjustments so that we'll have it in Eastern Standard Time versus having everything that you see and you have to do it in your head, -4 on each or -5 on each of these lines.
So all PinLink does is convert the time. It doesn't.
It does a whole bunch of other stuff too. We can do many different reports. You can do a call frequency report, see how many times that a specific calls report, called a specific person. There's a lot of different things that you can do. You can do tower dumps on them.
Yeah, what city you in?
There's
Keep the
multiple
weatherman
Penley can
keeping
do,
a job.
They're able to give us reports in a readable
without
format
you,
that you would be
we
able to
ain't tipping
understand
them.
versus looking at just raw records.
Okay. So you get raw records from the phone company, correct?
Yes.
Do you know if there's any error in the records that you get or in the data that you receive from the company?
Do I know if there's any errors
Right.
in the raw records?
Right.
I would have nothing to compare it to. That's the information that they give us.
Okay. So you don't know if the information that you receive is 100% accurate,
Well, that
correct?
information is certified by the cell phone company.
So we're in the Detroit area, and this is just hypothetical. We're in the Detroit area, right? We're across the border from Canada,
When you're
correct?
lucky to see that's his job, though, right?
Have you ever gotten a message from Detroit that
I mean,
says you are
we
wanted
know these
in Canada?
lawyers, man.
Okay.
They
But you're
gotta
not in
be-
Canada, right?
They can't. We gotta be ruthless.
Correct.
So that would be an
Can't
error,
have no
right?
thought.
Yes.
So the cell phone
That's why they
can
like
make an
this.
error, right?
That's not an error. They ask you if you want to utilize those towers, and they charge you for it. You either say yes or no, and if you
Oh,
connect
no.
to
I
them,
don't think I can
you're
do
being
it.
charged for that. And they notify you in call detail records when you're out of utilizing international, or Canadian towers.
Okay.
On Canadian towers too.
Man, shit. Towers is for lease, for rent. Shit. You make it easy
Yeah.
for that town. When you want this town to be good, nigga, shit, break bread, nigga.
Dang, that's a part of the game. People in these people making. Oh man.
Town ain't got no good reception because another company got it on Smash. We ain't about to fucking rent that shit. Y'all can have that.
You gotta find a company that's
You also mentioned that
real in your
there were
town, in your
multiple
spot.
subscribers
I mean,
on this
shit.
phone.
Yes.
So there was more than one phone.
Oh, Jones
No.
is glad to do it.
So you had the information from, I believe it was Sprint, who merged with T-Mobile.
Okay.
Sprint with
So
T-Mobile.
now it's T-Mobile. But we received, I believe it was the Sprint subscriber information and the T-Mobile subscriber information.
Okay. So there's not, so when you said multiple subscribers, you did not mean multiple phones?
Multiple subscriber reports. There's not multiple phones, it's just one phone.
Okay. And then, of course, you obviously can't say who was using the phone or who was with the phone at the time this phone
No.
was being tracked, correct?
Nope.
Yeah, I have nothing further.
You redirect.
Very briefly, Judge, thank you. Mr. Reagan's asked you about the timing. And you mentioned UTC time. Just to be clear, all of the times that we looked at in the exhibits are in Eastern Standard Time, so local time.
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned something earlier, azimuth.
Yes.
First, can you spell that? for the court?
AZMIUTH.
Okay. And what is that?
It's just the center of the width of the. Basically, it's going to be the center of the width of the triangle that you're
Okay, or the V shape?
Yes, the V shape.
Right. And that has to do with the intended area coverage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said that, well, Mr. Riggins asked you about connecting to a tower 20 miles away. You remember that question?
Yes.
You said you had never seen that in Detroit, correct?
Not in Detroit.
How many times have you done this analysis? How many times have you put these maps together for different cases?
Since 2016.
Was it 35?
And is that like in the thousands then, or less than that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. More than 1,000?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Getting paid to testify
And that's all
and
been for the
shit.
Detroit area or Metro Detroit area?
Yes.
For the most part?
The Metro Detroit area, yes.
And Sergeant, does the subscriber information that is received have a physical address associated with it?
That I don't know. You would have to actually look at the subscriber information.
Okay, would that refresh your memory as
Yes.
to this case? May I approach you?
Yes.
I'm approaching with the subscriber information. If you can just take that. Does that refresh your memory as to whether a physical address was associated with these CDRs or call detail records?
Yes.
And what was that address associated with the target phone in this case?
13362 Wilshire Drive.
Thank you. I have another very interesting.
Thank you. We're done testifying. Thank you. Ms. Murphy, are you doing the next witness?